Hello, I'm Martin Small and welcome back to this episode of Kitchen on the Cut. And today we're actually going to be bottling up our Sloe Gin. If you watch my previous episode, Sloe Gin and Welsh Cakes, you'll see that we made some Sloe Gin. We went out foraging on the Isle of Anglesey, a place called Penmon actually. And it's sort of been brewing away now for the last 3 months. Yeah, we did want to sort of get it out before Christmas and show you, and have a taste before Christmas, but it just didn't happen. But in this episode, we are going to be showing you, obviously, bottling it up, and we're going to be having a little taste and see what this gin's all about, really. So anyway, if you join me in a couple of seconds, I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to be bottling my Sloe Gin up. So here we go. As you know, in the episode before this episode, Sloe Gin and Welsh Cakes, we made this Sloe Gin. Now, if you look at that, it's starting to look really nice, to be fair. Yeah, you can sort of let it go on for another few months. You can let it go 6 months, 12 months. I've heard it's really good at the sort of 12-month period. But today we want to have a taste of this, and I think 3 months is enough. And like I was saying before, I want to hand a few out to my friends, and we also want to enjoy a little bit of this Sloe Gin tonight, hopefully in one of our cocktails. So anyway, that's the Sloe Gin. So that's the first thing we need. Second thing we need is bottles. So we've got our bottles here. These are just over 100ml bottles, so I'm not going to be filling it all the way up. These have all been sterilised. I need a funnel, a small bottling funnel, which is perfect. I've also got these fine sieves. I've got 2 of them. These have all been sterilised today, so yeah, whenever doing this you need to really sort of make sure that you're sterilising everything. And also a measuring jug. So that's the equipment that I'm going to need, and in a minute I'm going to start straining this gin off, and I'm going to show you what we do to bottle this up. So I've got my strainer set up on top of my measuring jug, so let's have a look at this Sloe Gin. Wow, that has some real intense alcoholic sort of liquor flavour to it. That's going to be absolutely amazing. So anyway, we're going to start by just gently pouring this in. And as you know, you're going to get a few sloes sort of coming out, and that's what the siev's there to do. Siev's doing its job really well. It's catching everything, to be fair. I did really clean these sloes well in the first instance anyway, so there shouldn't be much in there. It's literally just to sort of collect these sloes. Wow, that's perfect. So that's the first stage. A little bit messy there, spilt a little bit, but not to worry. So I'm just going to let that drain now for a minute, and we'll crack on with bottling this Sloe Gin up. So that's it now. The Sloe Gin has pretty much stopped dripping out of the sloes now, so kind of know that it's ready to start bottling up. So I'm just going to discard my sloes now. I mean, you could use these again. You could sort of get another batch out of it if you really wanted to, if you were sort of struggling to find some more, or you could sort of reprocess those and make them possibly into a jam, which is going to be really nice. In fact, I might even do that, to be fair. I think I'm going to make a jam out of these, so I'm going to give that a go, see how it turns out. I'll let you know. Alright, so for now anyway, I'm just going to put those to the side, and I'm going to have a look at this Sloe Gin. Oh my gosh, it looks fantastic. It smells gorgeous. So anyway, I've got my Sloe Gin. I'll let you have a little look at that in a minute. So that's it. I've now got my Sloe Gin. I've strained it all off. It's in the measuring jug that I sterilised, as I said before. So I'm really looking forward to starting to bottle this up. As you can see, it's an absolutely beautiful colour. Really, really happy with that. The smell coming off it is just amazing. So dead excited to also have a taste of that today. Now it has made 1.1 litres of Sloe Gin. So here we go, our first bottle ever of Penmon Sloe Gin, made by Kitchen on the Cut, and off we go. Let's start bottling it up. I'm just going to take it really gentle. I don't want to sort of go mad, but it's looking absolutely beautiful already. Just like I say, there's no rush. Just go nice and steady all the way. And yep, that's enough. I'm just going to take it up to the top there, just underneath where the neck, where the bottle lid is going to go, and that's enough. So that's my first bottle done. Anyway, we're going to crack on with another 6 or 7 of these, and I'll show you my my end result, my end batch. So there we go. We've got our 7 bottles now, all filled up. I have actually filled them up a little bit more because we do have a little bit extra than what I thought. I'm going to have a little try of that in a minute anyway. But we've got our 7 bottles, and the bit that I've got left, hopefully that'll make another couple of bottles, I'm hoping, but we'll see. So the next stage anyway, guys, is to get the lids on. That's number 6 and number 7. You do have to really kind of screw these on tight. You don't want to over tighten them because you don't want to break the tamper seal. But they're absolutely perfect. Look, drip free, absolutely perfect. Dead happy with those. So the next stage is we're going to put our labels on. Honestly, I can't say how happy I am with this. I mean, you know, we foraged for it in September, like I said. It's been sort of on the go now for the last 3 months, and just look at the colour of that. Absolutely beautiful. It's kind of like it's almost like a blackcurrant cordial, you know. Absolutely beautiful. And that is just going to be perfect tonight in a little bit of either Prosecco or Champagne, you know. We're going to go a bit all out tonight. Why not? It's New Year's Eve. So yeah, going to really enjoy sampling this later on. But for now, we're going to stick some labels on these, and I'm going to be moving on to showing you my vegetable bean spicy soup that I'm going to be making also today. And I hope you can join me for that. So if you give me a few minutes, I'll stick these labels on, show you the labels on, and then we'll move on to the soup. Yeah, so this is the part that you want to try and get right, really. I'm using this line here. There's like a bit of an indentation. I'm using that as a guide, really. So yeah, sticker goes on. Try and get it sort of central as I possibly can, and then just pull it down to the bottom, and then just start folding the edges around. As you can see, you want to do this with clean hands, really, and just start working the label up. And that's it. That's my first one. That is my first bottle of Sloe Gin. It's Penmon Sloe Gin. They're all wild, they're all foraged, and it's made by myself, Kitchen on the Cut, and we're going to really enjoy this one on this New Year's Eve, and hopefully you know, a little bit further on, but we'll see how we get on with that. I can't make any promises. Anyway, for now guys, I'm going to carry on labelling up, and we're going to get cracking on with having a little taste of this. So I've saved myself a little tipple here, so let's have a little look at this. Wow, that's a nice shot. Right, let's have a little go at this. So let's have a little go. Been waiting for this. Wow, That is absolutely gorgeous. Wow, it's got such a nice depth to it. It's I know I can only sort of say that the closest I've tasted is like a cassis. It's absolutely gorgeous, that. Oh, I'll have to save a little bit of that in a minute and have some more. So anyway, thank you for watching this part of the episode. I hope you've enjoyed watching me bottle this Sloe Gin up. If you join me in a minute, we're going to be making a nice spicy bean and vegetable soup. We've got a nice local cheese to show you from Buxton. I'll show you that in a minute. Let's crack on with the soup next. So for my vegetables, I've got some red pepper, some onion, I've got some sweet potato, I've got some carrot, celery, spring onion, some spinach. I've also got a vegetable stock, some bay leaves and some black peppercorns. I've got some dried parsley. I've got some dried wild garlic, which is perfect again. Just a nice wild ingredient there. And also we've got our nettle seed that we foraged in Sloe Gin and Welsh cakes. Now what I've done to this is I've just added a little bit of salt and ground it down into like into nettle sort of seed salt, which is going to work perfectly at the end of the soup. And we've also got our chili Mex cheese from Buxton, and our butter beans, our store-bought butter beans, but anyway, nevertheless, they'll do us. And a nice infused oil, which I've been infusing now for a couple of months. I just keep topping it up with a bit of oil just to give me a little bit of extra flavour. So we've got that too. So that's great. Anyway, on with give these onions a little stir around. Sweating them off really, they don't want long. Just literally just sweating them off, because there's more ingredients going in those into those in a second. So like I say, we're just sweating them off a couple of minutes, and then we'll add our sweet potato and carrot. So yeah, that's been sweating off quite nicely now. So into this we're going to be adding our red pepper. Just going in. You can already smell the flavours coming off, and really smells good. So that's it, red pepper in. So into this next we're going to be adding our celery. In goes the celery. And again, we're just going to give that another couple of minutes, just sweating off, before we add our butter beans. And then we're going to add some veg stock to this, our tomatoes, and then finally, once it's cooked out and softened up, we're going to be adding our Buxton Tex-Mex cheese. I'm going to add some butter beans. So I'm just putting a full tin of butter beans in there. I've drained them off. I don't want any of the water in there, because I'm going to be introducing my own water, Buxton water. So yeah, I'm just going to put my Buxton water on the stove. So that's it. The kettle's boiled. It's whistling. So it's time to make our veg stock. So I'm literally using a nice organic, gluten-free, low salt vegetable veg stock. So into my jug goes the veg stock, and I'm just going to pour over literally roughly about 400 ml. So that's about 400 ml, and I'm just going to stir this round. Just want to dissolve the veg stock. So there we have it. All of our vegetables are now in. We've got our butter bean in there also, our bay leaf, and a little bit of black pepper. So into this now we're just going to add our veg stock. Like I said, 400 ml of veg stock, just using an instant veg stock cube. Obviously try and look for the best quality one out there. I mean, we found an organic one that was this is vegan, and you know, it's going to be absolutely perfect for what we want. So all of that's going in, and that's it, veg stock in. So I'm just going to give that a little stir around. Let that come back up to the boil, and we're going to be adding our passata into that. Let's get this Buxton Chili Mex cheese in. I'm just going to add the full block, to be fair, because I'm looking for maximum taste and maximum sort of heat, and that's just going to fold in really nicely. I'm just going to turn the heat down because it's at this stage now I don't really want to split this cheese. I just want it to melt in nicely because, like I say, we're nearly ready on this. Only a couple of minutes, just let this cheese melt in, and we're good to go, and I'll show you a bowl. So here we go, guys, let's try some of this soup. Really good. really good. Just a perfect soup to be having on New Year's Eve, you know, incorporating all the vegetables that you sort of have around this time of year. Absolutely perfect. This bean soup, inspired by Buxton, with sort of hedgerow herbs in it as well. Honestly, gonna really enjoy this. That nettle seed's just coming through fantastic. Anyway, join me in the next part of the episode where we're going to be making a cocktail from our Sloe Gin and Prosecco. So we're going to really look forward to showing you that, and then that'll be nearly the episode complete. Okay, so for now I'm just going to carry on eating this soup. Lovely. So this has got to be one of the easiest cocktails I've ever made. It literally is just some Prosecco. Again, I've just bought some quite reasonably priced Prosecco. So just a glass of Prosecco, just leaving about 30ml off the top. So into that now, I'm just going to add some Sloe Gin. So into that now goes the Sloe Gin. I'd say it's literally 15 to 20ml in there, and that's it. That's how easy it is to make this cocktail. So anyway, we're gonna try some of this in a second. So here we go. My Sloe Gin and Prosecco cocktail. So let's have a go. That's so good. Tastes kind of a little bit cherryish, but yeah, really happy with how that's come out. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching my episode this time around, and you know, I hope you can join me for the rest of the episode where we're going to be exploring Lud'S Church. But for now, guys, Happy New Year, and I'll see you in 2022 where we're going to be foraging for more winter ingredients and showing you some more dishes on the boat. But thank you for now, and I will see you in 2022. So welcome back to the end of the episode of Kitchen on the Cut, for this episode at least, and we're actually just on the edge of Staffordshire and Buxton, and we're visiting a church called Lud'S Church. I've heard some really great things about this church. I've heard it's a place that you should definitely come and see if you're out in the Peak District. So there we have it. I don't know if you can see that. It's quite faint, but yeah, we've reached the last signpost, which is taking us off to the left now, which says Lud'S Church on it. So yeah, it's going to be dead interesting, this. Can't wait to get there. So for now, I'm going to carry on walking, and we'll see you once we get to the church. So just coming into the church now. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's amazing, absolutely amazing. Don't know if you can see this. Wow, look at this, fantastic. It's exactly how I imagined it, to be fair. As you can see, all the moss is on the on the walls. And down here, which looks quite steep to be fair. Wow, a bit slippy as well. So I'm just going to have to take it a little bit easy down here. There's quite a few steps coming down, and they are covered in mud. So yeah, this takes you down into the church. Wow, look at this place. Just let me get down these steps and I'll be able to show you. Wow. So here we have it. This is the church. Oh my gosh, how mystical is this? Oof. Struggling to pick up Bluetooth in here, so you can see how high it is up there. Absolutely amazing. I'm just going to pan down so we can see where we're going. Wow. And it's quite muddy down here. So I'm just going to have to watch our footing. So, yeah. As you can see up there, there's a lot of moss and different foliage growing. Yeah, you won't want to slip off up there and fall down here. Yeah. Really special. I mean, it's just stunning. You can see all the grass growing there. Loads of different plants and really unusual sort of ecosystem down here, because obviously it's sheltered by light quite a lot. But yeah, so wet, and as you can see, you've got all these different lichens and moss growing on the side. So what we're going to do is we're going to just start our descent down these steps, and as you can see, they're quite muddy. So we're just going to have to go easy down here. But as we get down, I'll show you a little bit more around this gorge. The light's sort of fading now a little bit. I've left it a little bit late in the day to come up here really, but nevertheless we got up here. It's so quiet and so peaceful, so still up here. Obviously it's I'm not sure how old this place is. I'll find out some more information for you, and I'll be posting that onto my onto this episode. It's my bad really, not doing the research before I came up here. But as you can see, these are the moss covered walls that we're talking about, and you can see that there's certainly some old sort of structure that does exist. I would like to sort of see the church, or hopefully some sort of information on what the church used to look like. This may have been the church. I'm not 100% certain. But anyway, we're going to carry on down this steep path, and it'll take us into the lower sort of area of the church, the lower gorge. So we're just going to tiptoe down here, being careful not to slip, because if you needed sort of rescue up here, you're kind of on your own, and there's absolutely zero signal up here, so calling for help would be a bit of a problem really. There are people around that I bumped into on the way up here and on the way down, but I'm pretty much on my own here, so it's definitely worth just taking it easy. We don't need to win any medals for getting down the fastest. And on the way down, I'm just going to show you something. It's quite interesting that I noticed on the way up here. It's a little bit further down here, I think. Let me just see. Where are we? Here we go. So yeah, I'm still navigating down, but just look at that. It's absolutely beautiful. see the skyline just above there, just peering down. But you can see why they said this is such a mystical and mysterious place to visit. You can definitely see that it holds some sort of spirituality here, as it is so peaceful. I'm sure you could be sort of at one with yourself here quite easily. Great place to sort of meditate, I suppose. But anyway, we're just heading down here, just getting down to the bottom of the gorge, as they call it. I'm just looking around just to see if I can see anything I may have missed, really. This is what I wanted to show you down here. It's an old sort of fence post, or maybe it's part of the church, in fact. I wish I had a coin with me. I would have liked to have placed a coin here myself. But as you can see there, just have a look, just get you around. Just try and zoom in a little bit. I've got all sorts of different coins from different periods of time and probably different places in the world. Good old 10p pieces and 2p's and 5p's, 20p's, and some European coins as well. Really unusual. But yeah, I'm just going to touch it and hope for good luck, actually. I hope it brings me luck for these episodes. So anyway, I'm just going to carry on further down, and I'll show you as we're walking out of the gorge of Lud'S Church. So thanks for joining me on this final part of the episode of Kitchen on the Cut. We've really enjoyed exploring Buxton and bringing together some great ingredients we found along the way. And this has just been like the final icing on the cake, coming down to this gorge, Lud'S Church. We've really enjoyed it. And for now, guys, this is the end of the episode. But join me again in the next episode, where we're going to be checking out some great places in Chapel and Frith. We're going to be bringing some great ingredients together, taking it back to the narrowboat, just like we did in this episode, to create a really nice dish for you to have a look at. But for now, guys, that's it.